The other day, Disney Marvel dropped a collage of teasers for future projects, which was one of the most interesting reminders that something actually existed I think I've ever had. You see, most of these projects were first announced what feels like an eternity ago, when we were all recovering from the absolute disaster that was Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, little knowing what fresh horrors the studios intended to unleash upon an unknowing audience at that time. But once we were made aware, most of us had our doubts, and seemingly we were proven correct, as many of the projects announced around this time went through production hell. Recently we talked about the Blade reboot, which will most likely get completely canned. For today's video, I really want to focus on Daredevil and Ironheart, however, because while Marvel Zombies and What If are possibly meme fodder, I do not see them having any larger effect upon the MCU. Firstly, Daredevil Born Again. Again. This show has been through production hell ever since it was first announced. The creatives involved have been swapped out, they have stopped and started production several times, and now at last we have a meaningful bit of teaser. And from what I've seen, I do not trust them to not pull a Marvel Comics and turn Kingpin into an allegory for Drumpf and make the whole show a preachy sermon on the evils of Orange Man. Not to mention that Matt Murdock has been largely emasculated by the She-Hulk show, forcing him to do a walk of shame after he plowed the fields of the postmenopausal titular green character. My expectation for this show is lower than your average male feminist self-esteem, but I really do hope it's good. I want a good Daredevil show. I go in hard and fast on Marvel on this channel, but I do so because I know they can do better. But sadly, while the Towers of Intellect who made Loki and Hawkeye are the showrunners, I cannot be too enthused. And then we come to Ironheart. Now, Ironheart was originally billed as the diverse replacement for Tony Stark, because of course she was. And it's easy to see why. She is the photo-negative of Tony Stark, and I can guarantee you that she will have none of the flaws that made his transformation over RDJ's time as that character to become the man willing to sacrifice himself for the good of all meaningful. At least that's what will happen if they follow the comics. From what I've seen of the production side of things, it looks like this one is going to be more preachy than your average Amish wedding. Sam Bailey of Dear White People repute will be head writer, and producing is Ryan Coogler, the dude who made Black Panther. So I expect this will probably get a 100% score on Rotten Tomatoes as well. I have heard the word coming down the grapevine that Marvel is going to turn things around, that the powers that control the MCU believe they have done their bit for woketivism, but now it's time to make some money. Which, even if they are saying that behind the scenes, they have to get through all the projects announced years ago when they were going full-on retard, and most of them are projects that will only damage the brand of Marvel further. So, if they are indeed attempting a comeback to sanity, they're going to have to spend a long time and a lot of effort getting the people they've been calling problematic for years back. But that's about all I've got for today, ladies and gentlemen. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, tell me what you think down below, and please consider subscribing if you are new here. Until next time, this has been Pete, Theoretical Nerd, signing off.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.